Okay, look, I know you want me to do a review on this thing. I know you do, but I just... Look, why do you want me to do a review on this thing so badly? Okay, fine. What... Well... Okay, look, iStar552. I can't keep doing this. Okay? My channel is not about this. It's not about hate. But it's definitely not about that. Fine. Fine, you've explained yourself long enough. What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan 1 here. And today, I'm going to review to you guys Transformers 2007 Movie Edition, Leader Class Megatron. Now, if you caught the oh, shut up. We're not into that yet. If you did catch that little phone call that I had, iStar552 and I are in a small little argument right now. And he seems to think that the reason that Megatron took over Cybertron is because he's just an evil warlord bastard. I said that is not why he took it over. I believe personally that he is a confused general and so on and such forth. But I have an opinion about that, but that's not why we're here. We're here to get this thing reviewed and looked at. So here's Megatron in his vehicle mode, and as you can see, this thing just screams 2007 right here. If it didn't have a place, they found a place for it, and if it had kibble, they made it. They made it have kibble. So pretty much scale comparison. I don't have the any of my Transformers with me. As you can see, I'm in a trailer right now. Due to the fact that the room that I'm staying in, there was a gas leak and it filled up with methane, so I gotta wait a few days before I can go back in. I was told that I have to not be there for a week or two, so for now on we're gonna be doing reviews and goofs in here. Unfortunately, I did not bring Magic Railroad, original Magic Railroad. So that is being delayed even further. I know I can hear you screaming at the screen right now. But didn't you promise the next video you'd make was Magic Railroad? Yes, I did, and yes, I promise we will do Magic Railroad. Only problem is I can't do it right now because my house is now being fumigated. So for your sake, I hope this makes up for something, and I will get another goof video to you guys at least within the next few days. So don't worry, Magic Railroad is still on, it's still happening, but for now, this is what I got to offer you guys. So, anyway, so Leader Class Megatron. Unfortunately, 2007 Megatrons, both Voyager and Leader Class, and Legends Class, all suffered from something that all the Transformers fans call visible head syndrome. Now, this does not really help. This little flat piece here does not help. So pretty much without further ado, let's just get this guy transformed and get this review out of the way so that we can just move on with our lives and be done with it. So anyways, Leader Class Megatron. As you can see, he is a beast and he just has a lot of kibble. So first of all, this piece back here does move, and it doesn't really like to stay in place very much. So he does have lights and sounds, and there's a little black button right here behind the head and the cool thing of the jet, which he can make sounds and lights. So pretty much this is what we got. So yeah, first thing I gotta show off in vehicle mode is this. I believe this is what was the first principles from Mech Tech. This actually does seem like something that Hasbro would have done. There's a little lever down here, and this, I don't know if it's more for robot mode or for vehicle mode, but it does flip open and you get two little side guns that are pretty cool. But I don't really think there's much else I can really say about this character that hasn't been said about pretty much everybody. This is a look back episode. Oh, also this thing can move 360, so, you know, if you didn't like it back there, it's now in the front. Unfortunately, it cannot rotate full correction. I I feel sorry because I just said it does not. It rotates full 360. It does not rotate full 360. It rotates 180 to right about there, and then it stops, and it cannot rotate the other direction at all. It can rotate right, but it cannot rotate left, unless you want to break your toy. So, without further ado, let's just get this guy transformed. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to push this nose section in. Then you're going to want to come to the bottom of his wings and untab the legs. Trust me, they do tab in. So, do that. Then, pretty much, bring the legs kind of outward a bit, and then, oh yeah, rotate the chest, or accordion the chest outward, and then rotate this thing here, and then come to the bottom, and there you have the chest and waist section. Then you're going to want to come to these, pretty much just bring the feet out, and then this is the automorph gimmick that every Transformer had from 2007 to 2010, and then bring it back, and then the feet will just pretty much conform to each other like that, and there you have the legs and the chest section majority way done. So now, moving right along to the front, flip it over, rotate these arms, or what are going to become arms, out, and then, let's see, yeah, take this section, fold it all the way back, and you're partially done. Then take this section here, and which is going to pretty much activate that, fold the wings in, and that's pretty much what's going to happen with the wings. Make sure you give everything a nice, good little snug push together. Take this little chest section piece and just let it push up because it's annoying as all get out. Then take the head, rotate the head forward if you can, and then give it a little push down. Then you can like somewhat stand him up, I guess, and then pretty much rotate the arms, flip these things up. These things on my version are very loose. I'll have to take some floor polish to that. So you gotta bring them out, flip, untab the finger from here, and then fold out the hands, or what are really gimpy hands. From there, do the same thing, rotate, fold up, untab, fold out, and there you have Megatron in his robot mode. Now, I do not like this Megatron very much. Well, correction. I like it because, number one, it's a leader class, and leader classes are always likable. Because, number one, they have a lot of detail. The only problem is that in their vehicle mode, they lack one simple thing that all pretty much Deluxe and Voyager classes don't have, or pretty much everything that Deluxe and Voyager classes have is space. Where pretty much you can shove everything into one little tiny spot and it'll just be able to stay there. Now, this little gimmick on my thing here is broken. Pretty much these little things will just come up, and when this piece right here was done, it's so annoying. But pretty much the chest piece would go down, you'd push this little tab thingy, and these pieces would flip up. So, I can't really say much more about this guy because he's not really my favorite leader class. I just got him because, number one, he's a 10-year-old figure, and actually, I can't even say that this figure is nice because I had to pretty much fix this guy. I've had to fix a lot of things on this guy. The seller, I freaking hate the seller, because the seller who basically gave me this mold right here, because he didn't tell me that both of the figures were broken. Because he was selling 2 leader class Megatrons, and he didn't tell me that either one of them were broken. So he just sent them both to me in the mail and said, oh yeah, guess what, you can fix it, here, have fun. So I had to pretty much go inside this guy, fix him, and get everything all ship-shape and nice, and made sure that everything looked okay. I mean, in my opinion, this guy is the most annoying because he has the Godzilla chip in him. Whoever doesn't know what the Godzilla chip is, look it up and you'll figure it out. So, yeah, this guy is, I mean, for a leader class, I mean, yeah, he looks really good in robot mode. Yeah, he's got some really cool features on him. Is he my favorite? No. Is there a favorite leader class of all time? Yes. My favorite leader class has got to be the Last Night leader class, megatron. Because that one has pretty much a place for everything, and it just looks so much more sleeker and better designed. This wing here does not like to stay put. There. Sorry you had to witness that little act of violence, but, you know. One cool thing on his, that he does have on his hand, but mine is broken, as I told you before. Mine's broken, so there's a little lever here. When you push it, the hand extends, and then he's got his wrecking ball of doom. So pretty much now he's got his little wrecking ball hand thing, whatever goes on here. Pretty much he just takes it and just swings it around and yeah. Not particularly something I would continue to keep. Personally, I don't like this guy. Personally, I think the Autobots are amazing, but I do collect the Decepticons because they're the most collectible. And also, just before we get into this, there is a way to get the rope or the plastic chain put back into his thing there. So you pretty much just got to flip this up. It's a little tab, flip it up, get that done. And this little gimmick here does still work in robot mode. So you take it, flip it around, and push back. Start if you can, if it'll go. There we go. I think this is the first principles for mech tech, personally. For the whole Dark of the Moon mech tech thing, I really think that was how it was supposed to go down. But, you know, nothing else I can really say. I have nothing else really nice to say about this guy other than the fact that he is just a mess and his head flies off a lot, and I am not going to go retrieve that right at the second because it's like, you know what, I'll be right back. Got it. Took a bit to find his head. I really don't have a scale comparison for you other than the fact that he's the same height as leader class Last Night Megatron. So pretty much that's not really all I can say. I don't have really anything else nice to say about this guy other than the fact that he's, I mean, if you can find him for a good price, go for it. If this is your kind of thing, I mean, literally go for it. I was seriously held against my will to review this because I was just no. I wouldn't recommend getting this guy at all. Please, if you can, send help, send help, send help, send help.